Hello, my beautiful friends. I am so happy to be here with you today for this special announcement. I am going to be going down to one podcast episode per month, and we're just going to do that. That feels very aligned with me. It's what my business needs right now. I know that many of you love this podcast, and this might be very surprising, but for those of you who want to continue to get weekly podcasts, you can now do that inside the Mom on Purpose membership. So the public podcasts will have one monthly episode. If you don't want to wait until the next month, if you want to get that weekly content, you can now do that. Of course, ad-free, just me teaching. It's going to be much more like authentic and real and connected. And I'm going to share my stories and more about me and how I apply these tools, but also, client stories and, just weaving in my personal and professional experience with these tools and how I apply them to make motherhood just easier and more fulfilling for me and the work that we do here at Mom on Purpose. All of that is going to be on the weekly content episodes, which will be airing on Wednesdays inside the Mom on Purpose membership on the private podcast. So if you are already a member, you should have already got an email about this, and all of the podcasts are already uploaded. So all you have to do is continue to listen like you've been listening if you're already a member. If you're not a member and you want to get weekly podcast episodes, head on over to momonpurpose.com/coaching and you can subscribe there. I like to think of this Mom on Purpose membership kind of like mental and emotional gym, right? Where you can just log in and decide, do I want coaching? Do I want courses? Now, do I want just the podcast content? You really get to decide, kind of like when you go to the physical gym. Maybe you like swimming. Maybe you like playing basketball. Maybe you like the cardio room like me, right? You're not going to try to do everything. You're just going to pick and choose what you like. That is my goal with the Mom on Purpose membership. And I create it in a really organized, clean looking way that's really easy to use. And I'm always tweaking it to the best that I can to make it really user friendly so that you can get results in an easier way given, the busyness of life. So if you would like to continue to receive weekly podcasts from me, head on over to momonpurpose.com/coaching to join the membership, and you will immediately get invited to the private podcast and you can start your listening right away. All right, my friends, I will talk with you on the next episode. Take care.